Good morning, I'm Deirdre Bolton in for Diane Macedo. Thanks for streaming with us. In today's update, the coronavirus is hitting staggering new levels across the country. More than 107,000 people are currently hospitalized with the virus here in the U.S. Some hospitals in California setting up for overflow units to make room for more patients. CDC Director Robert Redfield issuing a dire warning that the next 60 to 90 days could be the pandemic's deadliest. That COVID-19 vaccine approval can't come fast enough. Yesterday, an advisory committee recommended that the FDA issue emergency use authorization for the Pfizer vaccine. As soon as the FDA grants authorization, the first vaccines could be administered as early as next week. And in Washington, another last-ditch effort from President Trump and his allies to overturn the election results. More than 100 Republican congressmen backing a long-shot lawsuit, trying to get the Supreme Court to delay certification of the presidential electors in 4 states that President-elect Joe Biden won. Republican Congressman Mike Johnson of Louisiana spearheading the effort to have fellow representatives sign on to this friend of the court brief, supporting Texas suing Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Georgia. The petition is almost certain to fail. And Time magazine celebrating not one person of the year, but 2. The magazine naming President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris People of the Year. Every elected president since FDR has received the honor, but Harris is the first vice president to be included. Dr. Anthony Fauci and frontline healthcare workers named Guardians of the Year for their compassion, stamina, and courage throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. The vaccine rollout happening overseas. Thousands of doses have already been given to healthcare workers and the elderly in the UK. Our cameras got rare access inside a hospital there. We can show you how the vaccine is being handled before people get those potentially life-saving shots. Foreign correspondent James Longman has more.
This morning, with the US close to authorizing the Pfizer vaccine, we got rare access to see how it's being deployed in Britain. Since it needs to be kept at 94 degrees below zero, a special process has been set up to get it out of the freezer and into patients.
Once it's brought out of there, it's put immediately into a regular refrigerator and it thaws for 3 hours.
Pharmacists assemble each pack. One of these small vials contains 5 individual doses. Once it goes into a syringe, nurses have just 2 hours to administer it. We spoke to ER Director David Fontaine-Boyd, who was one of the first Americans to get the Pfizer vaccine.
It felt a bit surreal. It's been a challenge, working in hospitals.
His 96-year-old grandmother, who lives at a nursing home in the US, is eager to get it too.
Wants to get it herself so that way, hopefully, we can all see each other again.
This hospital is doing 25 vaccines an hour. Any slower, and they risk wasting doses.
Generally, we're getting faster and better, so it's a slightly complicated process.
84-year-old Tony is grateful for his shot and looking forward to seeing his wife of 62 years and his 6 grandchildren.
Hopefully, we'll be able to see them at Christmas.
And after those 2 health workers got allergic reactions this week, this hospital has changed its protocol. Now, anyone getting the vaccine must wait for 15 minutes after getting their shot just to make sure there are no complications. Deirdre?
James Longman in London, thank you. For more on the vaccine rollout in the UK, what could happen here in the U.S., we bring in infectious disease specialist and ABC News medical contributor, Dr. Todd Ellerin. Dr. Ellerin, we are seeing the vaccine being deployed in the UK. The FDA believed to be on the verge of granting emergency authorization for Pfizer's vaccine here in the U.S. What do you think about how people here should see it? Should they be confident about the safety of the vaccine?
Oh, Deirdre, I think they should be very confident. I mean, when you think about the Pfizer vaccine at 95% effectiveness at preventing disease, when you think about the fact that so far severe disease was only seen in 1 vaccine participant, 9 placebo participants, when you look at the overall numbers, 162 cases in the placebo group, 8 cases in the vaccine group. This is extraordinary. No serious adverse events at an increased risk beyond placebo. Again, that's not to say that the shot doesn't hurt. It can. It doesn't say that there won't be, aches and fevers. Those will happen. And this is not just the flu shot. There's more. It's called more reactogenic. But the bottom line is, this looks effective. It looks safe. And hopefully, when enough people get vaccinated, ultimately, this will end this epidemic in the U.S. and hopefully the pandemic around the world.
Dr. Ellen, we just heard that one of the vaccine developments announced a setback in its quest for a COVID vaccine based on decreased immune response in older patients. What does that say to you about your patients who are older?
That's right. You're talking about the GSK and Sanofi's phase 1/2 trial. And what it basically says is the unprecedented speed and the extraordinary results at which Pfizer and Moderna vaccines have been developed, it belies the truth with respect to vaccine development. The majority of these fail, and they often fail in phase 1 because what looked very promising in animals, humans don't necessarily react that way. So, I think it may be a little bit of back to the drawing board with GSK and Sanofi. Remember, they are giants in vaccine development. They know how to do this. I'm confident that maybe they have to use more antigen, but of course it's very important that they make sure that there's a robust immune response in the older people as well, because that's the most vulnerable. The other thing it says, Deirdre, though, is that they're being transparent. And this is what we want. This is why we want to trust the scientific integrity of these great vaccine developers and pharma who are bringing us these vaccines.
And to your point, there are numerous companies that are working towards the same goal all at once. So that's encouraging just for the world scientific community and then, of course, for all the citizens. Now, how long after we get the vaccine do we need to continue wearing masks and following all the safety protocols that we are?
It's such an important question. And remember something. I just told you that the Pfizer vaccine prevented 95% of disease. But what I didn't tell you and what we don't know yet is how much infection does it prevent? Because remember, a lot of people who get infected are asymptomatic and may still be able to transmit it. We don't have that information yet. So we can't say how well these vaccines will prevent transmission. So the answer is getting this vaccine is not a license to take off your mask. It's not a license to get right up front in someone's face. It's not a license to stop washing our hands, and we still want to avoid crowds. So hopefully with time, we'll learn about this. Do I believe that ultimately we're going to be able to take our masks off? I do. I'm thinking more like maybe the second half of 2021. But remember, as we learn more from these clinical trials about overall infection and the differential, I'll be able to give you a better sense of that.
But very good advice in the meantime. Good guidance. Dr. Todd Ellerin, thank you.
Take care, Deirdre.
Thank you. Switching gears now to that blockbuster announcement from our parent company Disney, revealing a full slate of Star Wars and Marvel projects that's set to hit Disney Plus, preparing to bring some new movies to the big screen as well. The company also revealing more about the future of Black Panther, how it plans to go on without Chadwick Boseman. Here's TJ Holmes.
The streaming wars are heating up this morning as Disney announces a slew of new original programming, hoping to add to its already expectations-shattering 86 million Disney Plus subscribers.
And they're going to take real good care of you.
10 new Star Wars projects are on the way. Hayden Christensen will don Vader's mask alongside Ewan McGregor in Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You underestimate my power.
Donald Glover will return as Lando Calrissian in a new series called Lando.
You might want to buckle up, baby.
New Marvel projects are on the way, including Miss Marvel and Secret Invasion starring Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
You want to get personal.
Plus spin-offs, reboots, sequels for some Disney favorites.
Glorious.
2 new series based on Iron Man characters, Tom Hanks in a live-action Pinocchio, and a Buzz Lightyear origin story.
To infinity and beyond.
But while Thursday's announcements revealed a jam-packed Disney Plus slate, there will still be plenty to catch on the big screen, following last week's controversial decision by Warner Brothers to release all of its upcoming movies on streaming the same day as theaters.
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do.
Disney is committing to releasing their long-awaited blockbusters on the big screen.
I'm done running.
Black Widow and Eternals, both still set to debut in theaters next year.
You got a plan, or shall I just stay duck
stocking cover.
Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins will become the first woman filmmaker for a Star Wars film. Rogue Squadron, expected to hit theaters Christmas of 2023, dedicating her first foray into the Rebel Alliance to her late father, a fighter pilot.
Now I found a movie about two things I love, so I'm going to see you very soon.
Marvel also revealing that when Black Panther returns to the big screen, producers won't recast the late Chadwick Boseman's role.
His portrayal of T'Challa the Black Panther is iconic and transcends any iteration of the character in any other medium from Marvel's past. And it's for that reason that we will not recast the character.
Instead, the sequel will focus on other characters from Wakanda, now missing its king.
I am not king of all people. I am king of Wakanda.
And consumers do need to know, yes, all these new titles and projects are coming. Disney does plan a $1 increase in that subscription. That's going to come early next year. But back, Deirdre, to that news about Chadwick Boseman. This was something that immediately following his passing that fans were asking for. Please, please do not recast this character. It's his, it's historic, it's iconic. And they are saying now, Disney, that they are doing this or making this move specifically to honor him, Deirdre.
Yeah, that's wonderful. TJ Holmes, thank you so much. Lizzo, a chart-topping Grammy Award-winning artist known for her upbeat hits, her personality, but now the singer is revealing her own struggles with body positivity. Zareen Shah has more.
I do my head talk. She is the queen of positivity. Superstar Lizzo, known for uplifting millions of fans, confidently posing naked for an album cover and Instagramming her curves in bikini photos. Now confessing she's been struggling with confidence.
I came home and I took my clothes off to take a shower, and I just started having all of these really negative thoughts about myself, like, you know, what's wrong with me? Maybe everything, all the mean things people say about me are true, and, you know, why am I so disgusting? And hating my body.
In this emotional TikTok video with almost 2 million views, the 32-year-old saying this week she normally have something positive to say,
but I don't.
She didn't this time,
and that's okay too.
She's okay with that.
I think these are normal. They happen to everybody. They happen to the best of us. We are the best of us.
It confirms that even someone like Lizzo, who is bigger than life, has that little moment, has that one day.
Psychotherapist Teresa Williams saying it's a teachable moment for fans to see their idols go through difficult times, especially during the pandemic.
We need to work on our mental health every day. We have to be very aware of the state of mind that we're in.
As for Lizzo, she has a message for herself that applies to everyone.
And I just have to know that tomorrow, how I feel in here is going to change, and I can only hope that it changes for the better. But I know I'm beautiful. I just don't feel it, but I know I'm going to get through it.
And Lizzo with this uplifting message saying, for anyone who has these thoughts too, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Now, Dr. Williams says she thinks people will start feeling better post-pandemic because they will likely be more active and spend less time on social media as they get busier. Deidre?
That makes sense, Zareen Shah. Thank you so much. That does it for this ABC News Live update. I'm Deirdre Bolton in for Diane Macedo. Thank you for joining us. Remember, ABC News Live here for you all day. Latest news, context analysis. I will see you back here at 3 p.m. Eastern with Terry Moran for The Breakdown.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.